Recently, there's been various posts going around on social media where people are saying Christianity is no longer the majority religion in the UK. And just reading that, many of these people who are uh, Islamophobic and perhaps racist as well, they're already deciding to say unacceptable things about Muslims and Islam. And apparently, Islam is taking over the UK and such things that we always often hear. Um, but then of course, many of these posts they are designed in a way where this is the headline to grab your attention. Then the other details are on the further posts or in the captions, which people don't bother to read. And many of these people do not bother to read because they've they've gotten what they wanted, which is the first bit that I've just read to you, and now they want to show hatred towards Muslims and Islam. Now that's all they care about. Often they don't care. That's all they wanted, and now they're speaking about it, and then they don't read the caption or the other posts within the article within the post. However, it says for the first time, more Brits say they have no religion than call themselves Christian. So 46% of the UK now identify as non-religious. So in reality, if 46% of those identify as non-religious, then of course Muslims are going to outnumber them. Because if a lot of the Christians have become atheists, then how is that the fault of the Muslims? You should be looking at Christianity, and if you are Christian yourself and you're angry about Muslims for no reason, then what are you doing to stop people leaving Christianity? And many of these people are not even becoming Muslim or becoming converting to another religion. They are just becoming atheists. And many Christians, they only visit the church on a Sunday. That's if they visit on a Sunday. On a Sunday, many churches are empty. And many people, they will visit church, you can count it on one hand throughout the year. And then you wonder why they are leaving Christianity. And things like Christmas have become materialistic and about capitalism, about money and buying things. And that's always become pretty much, many people don't even visit church during Christmas Day or Christmas Eve or anything like that. And then you want to blame Muslims about Christianity becoming less in the UK and no longer the majority religion. And then we see that you are not actually concerned about that. You're just concerned about showing hatred towards Muslims and Islam. Um, Nearly 1 in 3 people raised Christian have walked away from the faith. So it might have been majority Christian at one point, but they are. It's not because of Muslims that these people that is not majority anymore. It's because people have left to become atheists and abandon their religion. Over half of the UK's non-religious population were raised as Christians. Um, so they have they have gone to atheism or whatever else. So people here once again, and many of these people are far right thugs or support such things. They use any opportunity to attack Muslims and Islam in particular. But of course, they use opportunities to attack people of different color to them, different nationality, different ethnicity, but particularly Muslims. But here we can see that they have failed to understand beyond the first headline that which was used to grab their attention. So they have been manipulated in such a way that the person who posted these posts has got what they wanted to do. They've achieved it. They've got people like you who are uneducated, ignorant imbeciles who are trying to just use whatever you can to attack Muslims and Islam. They've got you, and you've done that. And then you've shown how narrow-minded and ignorant you are because you didn't read the caption or the other post, other slides 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever else. Because now, if I ask you, why isn't Christianity the majority religion in the UK? It's not because of Muslims. So what are you gonna say now? And in fact, you should be looking at Islam and Muslims as an example, because if you looked at us as an example, you would not abandon your churches. They would be full. You would not turn your festivals into just materialism and capitalism, whatever else. Although it is a worrying trend that some people are trying to turn some Muslim aspects into such things, but we are safeguarding it and trying our best to remain on what we have always been upon. But if you hadn't done that, and if you had educated your family members and your youth, then this generation would be Christians with who go to the church, who study, who understand. But no, they're leaving for atheism, or they're not even leaving for atheism. They just don't want to be. They don't want to practice what Christians say. They just want to be Christian by name, but they don't want to go to the church. They don't want to study. They don't want to learn about things. So in reality, um, it shows you that these people, they do not have 1% concern about Christianity losing members particularly in the UK. If they did, then they would address why are people becoming atheists, why are people not going to the church. But in fact, they're just using it as an opportunity to disguise their fake concern. They're using that as an opportunity to spew nonsense about Muslims and Islam. And once again, you have seen they've shown their true colors, and they just made it worse for themselves.